we bring in our first guest, I want to talk about the weird world of Alec and Hilaria Baldwin. Hilary Baldwin, shall we say? I'm going to say this out loud. Why are they so sodding weird? Like, they are proper strange. And they keep having children. It's 7 at the last count, and at least one by a surrogate. These people actually give me the shivers. Some history for those who don't know. Alec Baldwin, a Hollywood star, he met Hilary in 2011 in a New York restaurant, married a year later. She's a yoga instructor who documents every waking move and fart of her children on social media, her football team of children, should we say. And she was, of course, busted for appropriating the culture of Spanish people. She was actually born Hilary Thomas to white American, very middle-class parents in Boston. But since her 2012 marriage to Alec Baldwin, her social media posts and interviews have led people to believe that she was from Spain and that Spanish was her native language. And it was quite extraordinary, really. She, instead of being known as Hilary, she called herself Hilaria. All their 7 children have been given Spanish names, and she's stolen the spaces intended for Spanish women. It's really quite extraordinary. It's a very strange game when you pretend to be something that you're not. Even her husband was telling chat show hosts that she was from Spain. He actually said on The Late Show with David Letterman in 2013, "My wife is from Spain." And he imitated her accent. At the time, Hilary was pregnant with their first child. And Alec talked about what it was like living with his new wife. And at one point, he impersonated her, as I say. He said, "My wife is from Spain." The audience laughed. And he said, "I don't mean that to be racist when I put that accent on, by the way." These people are sick. And she's participated in a number of things that were intended really for Spanish people. But of course, you will have seen online the clip where she infamously is doing some sort of cooking segment. And she says, in a pronounced Spanish accent, "We have tomatoes. We have, how do you say in English? Cucumber." It's cucumber, the same way as you say it in Boston, you dumb thing. It's just really weird. And then when she was busted, Alec comes out and says she never claimed to be Spanish. Listen, she appropriated the language. She pretended she couldn't speak English. You named all your children Spanish names, and you, Alec Baldwin, told people she was Spanish. And so these people are proper weird. And let's be honest, right? The most scary, very weird thing that has happened recently to Alec Baldwin is that a woman is dead during the making of a film. Obviously, we have to be careful. This is an ongoing investigation. But what happened in October 2021 on the film set of Rust was that, so Baldwin was in the lead role and he had invested in the film. And sadly, the cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, was killed on set. And there are a lot of lawsuits going backwards and forwards at this moment in time. There's loads of stuff that's been put online by the police interviews, no lawyers around. At one stage, you can see a scene of Alec Baldwin on the phone to Hilary saying, I don't want to be a public person. You spend decades as a Hollywood star. You marry a fame-hungry woman. You splash yourselves and your children coming and goings all across social media, but you don't want to be a public person. Then step out of public life, right? And then he talks to the police about how I turned to cock the gun and the gun goes off. It's supposed to be a cold gun. And Baldwin talks about how the gun was cleaned. And so the armorer is a young woman called Hannah Gutierrez Reed. She's the daughter of a respected armorer in Hollywood. And I'm going to be very careful what I say about her, but she completely disturbs me.